Some time ago, I fell in love with an amazing woman, whom I thought would become my wife. 7 months after, I begun to realize a change in her attitude and nothing in the relationship was interesting anymore. I understood over time, that her feelings for me had changed. I tried my best to be my best, yet none of this would make any sense to her. Though I loved her, but I had to allow her go just as she wished. Parts of me wanted to ask her to stay, to keep fighting for me, to fight for us. But a certain ideology impeded me from doing so, the ideology that when someone loves you enough, they will stay on their own without you asking them to. It's painful to say goodbye to someone you don't want to let go, but it's more painful to ask someone to stay if you know they really want to go. I have seen people beg desperately for their partner not to leave them, or for a partner to have a relationship with them. But there is hardly a good reason for this to happen. Here are 9 reasons why you should not beg someone to stay. Begging is degrading. An apology, telling them how you feel, or a genuine promise to change a bad habit should be enough. If a person truly wants to stay, watch till the end to understand fully why you should not beg anyone to stay. Number 1. It shows the love is no more there. Begging someone to be in your life is like begging someone to love you. It just cannot work. When you have to beg someone to be in your life, then it shows that the love doesn't exist. Any relationship should have love, and if there is no love, it is better to call off a relationship. People say that love happens only once, but I don't believe in it, because for me, if one relationship doesn't work, you should move on and maybe seek love in another relationship, more carefully using your previous experience. Who knows? You might find love in the second relationship. There is nothing more painful than the fact the person you love wholeheartedly doesn't love you back or reciprocate your feelings. But what's worse is when you have to beg your partner to stay in the relationship. Number 2. You are hardly happy. Now, when everything has changed, your partner may be mean to you. Chances are that you may not feel happy. Who knows, your partner may take advantage of your patience and sacrifices. He or she may misuse your resources and will not give anything in return. These things will eventually make you feel lost and unhappy. Never beg for love. Never beg for someone's time, commitment, affection and attention, because in the first place, if he or she loves you that much, they won't leave you and let go of your hand. Don't beg. It's demanding and degrading. Remember, if you have to beg, they are not worth it. No one is worth begging for, except you will die without them. Forcing or begging someone to stay in a relationship is like holding your breath underwater. No matter how long you resist, you will either give up or down. Don't hurt yourself. It is true that it is hard, but sometimes the best thing is to let go. Number 3. You become desperate. Desperation isn't a sign of strength but a weakness. Desperation would open up your weaknesses. When you play the desperate partner, you make yourself seem like a fool. Truth be told, begging someone to be in your life is just a plain act of desperation. When you become desperate in any situation, you open up the chance to be used. A lot of fraud victims lose their money probably because of greed and desperation. Begging someone to be in your life is like opening a door for someone to use you as they wish. Number 4. Your relationship becomes toxic. Eventually, you will find that your relationship has become toxic as your partner is rarely focusing on positive things. Since your partner is not at all willing to stay in the relationship, is taking you for granted, your relationship can become toxic. Rather than trying to rekindle love, your partner may control you and threaten to leave you if anything goes wrong. So it is better that you avoid begging him or her to stay in the relationship. Number 5. Your partner may behave rudely with you. In a situation where you have begged your partner to stay in the relationship he or she doesn't want to, your partner may turn out to be quite rude. He or she may not care about your feelings and give you a cold shoulder. Also, no matter what you do, he or she may get irritated easily as your partner no longer wants you. But since you are the one who is still holding the relationship from falling apart, your partner feels frustrated and irritated at you and every time. Number 6. You lose your self-respect. Begging someone who doesn't want to share their life with you is just like throwing away your self-respect. Since you will agree to change yourself and do whatever it takes to please your partner, you will eventually lose your self-worth. You won't be the same person. Your partner may consider you worthless and treat you accordingly. Your self-worth is very important as a human, so begging someone who doesn't want to be in your life is like throwing your self-worth to the wind. Number 7. You lose your appeal. When you have to beg someone to be in your life, you lose your importance in their eyes. You lose value and all they see are your flaws and desperation. You can never be seen as appealing, beautiful and gorgeous when you beg someone to be in your life. Number 8. It becomes one-sided. A relationship where only one partner is willing is a one-sided relationship. In this kind of relationship, you do everything possible and even impossible to keep the relationship going. You do everything to make sure the relationship is smooth sailing, while your partner cares so little to be in your life. Number 9. You become extremely vulnerable. When you are desperate to have someone who isn't really willing to be in your life, you become vulnerable and expose yourself to certain treatments, feelings, weaknesses and emotions. You are at the person's feet and you become vulnerable to anything that might come your way. Thanks for watching. Kindly subscribe for more, like, comment, and share with loved ones.